for a very long time. And I think all of us are aware of one basic problem in Accra, that is filth, which is creating a lot of problem for all of us. The flooding that we've been having is because of the filth that usually choke our drains. So, the biggest vision I've got is to see how to tackle this problem. I know that a lot of work is being done. I've been told that Accra generates about 3,000 tons of rubbish a day. They are able to collect 2,500. There is a deficit of about 500. And that 500 piling up on daily basis is what is creating the problem. So we will have to look at how to handle that deficit of 500. It is one area that I'm going to look at and look at it very, very well.
Chairman, the nominee sounds more like a minister for sanitation.
When we are able to spend wisely, I know we'll be able to save some money to do some of these things.
Honorable nominee, you, as Member of Parliament, was accused by your executives, together with other MPs, of, arrogating to yourself powers that they didn't think you had through a petition to the then President Kufuor. Again, as regional chairman of the NPP, we are hearing complaints about your attempt to impose MCs and DCs. What is it with your leadership style that engenders or creates these perceptions or realities about you? And what is the assurance you will not carry this into the office as Minister for Greater Accra?
I can't remember the first one you spoke about, but the second one started just yesterday. And at times, when you do the good thing, people are not comfortable with it. And they come out with all manner of stories about you. But I will continue to do the good thing all the time. I am not the person to put people in office as MCs or DCs. I am not. I'm not the appointing officer. The appointing officer is the president. And therefore, there is no way I can go and then accept the powers of the president. He will even not allow me to do so. So I don't know which people are saying this. At times, if we don't listen well and we allow illiterates to go and sit behind microphones and start talking, they will say things which actually is not what they want, they want to say.
Chairman, did we hear the nominee use illiterates to describe all persons behind microphones?
Not all persons. I think sometimes, if you allow illiterates to go and sit behind microphone,
Honorable member,
yes.
For our purposes, that choice of word illiterate is not
I'm very sorry.
So please withdraw that.
I'm very sorry. Yes. Uninformed. It's more parliamentary. Okay. Uninformed. Yes.
But you can keep the word if that's what you actually want to use. I don't think.
No. Let's go on. I have been advised. Yes. I have been advised, and I think it's a very good advice. Yes. Yes.
Honorable, switch off your mic.
Is he done? Yes. Oh, I see. Well, I thought he was explaining because I asked what assurance he will give us. Yeah, he didn't finish. He didn't finish. Chairman, he didn't. He was still answering.
I told you I have not done what you claim I have done. I also listened to it on air. Yesterday, we all listened, people were saying, but I had the opportunity to see the people sitting behind the microphone talking about that issue. That is why I was trying to describe them. So.
All right, so we have the nominee's assurance that it is not in his nature to arrogate powers that he doesn't have to himself and act. And I'm sure we'll all be monitoring, if you are so passed by this House, how you will lead the region as its minister. I wish you well. You also have talked about job creation as one of your priority areas. Demonstrate to us how you will do that. As regional minister, I'm wondering how many factories you will set up or how many, job creation. How are you going to do that?
Party, I've got in the manifesto that we are going to establish one factory in every district. This is going to give people work to do. I'm very happy to be the regional minister because when I was a member of the assembly, somewhere from 2007 up to 2009, somewhere, I had the opportunity to work with the Tema Municipal Assembly. And we got these young boys. It was at that time that we got these young boys and put them together and started what we call today desilting. We put them in groups, registered them, and gave them work to do. It's just a matter of thinking of what is available or what is around you. And coming together to think with the assemblies, you can always find something for the youth to do. So we will be doing that, working with the assembly, and then also relying on the president's vision of one factory for a district. I think through that we'll be able to give employment to our numerous youth.
Chairman, I take note of the nominee's hint of how closely he will work with the MCs and DCs. I just hope that my first question will not influence anything. But finally, have you ever acquired and or used a U.S. passport or any other passport for that matter apart from a Ghanaian passport?
Never. The only passport I've used in my life is a Ghanaian passport.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Congratulations, brother. You were talking about how you're going to help in sanitation, and for that matter, I know environment is also part of it. But back in our backyard, in your time and currently, Fania Food Cannery is one of the major pollutants in our environment, then into the Chemu Lagoon. Respectfully, I want to find out how you're going to team up with me so that we'll be able to so that we'll be dealing with the issue about air pollution on the European market, a woman who sells the fish, the water into the Chemu Lagoon that has caused a lot of problems for our people. I mean, how are you going to help to deal with this issue? That's my first question.
Chairman, is the Honorable Titus referring to European market as in a Tema European market? Okay. Because the foreign minister is here. She heard you. European market will extend beyond Tema.
Leader, is Tema European market, the selfish.
Okay, this problem of the Chemu Lagoon started not today. It has been there for a very long time. And the European market and Temafu Cannery, I believe, are minor industries doing or adding to the pollution. The main pollution is coming from Tema Oil Refinery, and we fought it over the years. Today, the Chemu Lagoon is dead. Then in the, I think before I went to Parliament, the Rawlings time, they were able to acquire some money and they started the dredging of the lagoon. Along the line, they stopped. And people have now encroached along the banks of the lagoon, sometimes filling the lagoon and building structures there. The problem there is bigger than Pioneer Food Cannery and European market. We have to look at it very deep. You are lucky your uncle now is going to be, if you are able to approve me here, will be the regional minister. I will work with you to be able to take steps to correct some of these problems that has been destroying the Chemu Lagoon.
Mr. Chairman, my second question. In the Ghana state, we have 7 clans. Can you share with this committee if you are privy with at least 3 or 4 of the clans in Gamashin, the clans that we have? You have an idea that you can share with us? Because you're going to work with from the Ghana to the Dangme area. In Ghana state proper, can you share with us?
Yes, I've heard some. I'm not from Gamashin, but I know of Otubrum.
1.
I know of Besi.
2.
I know of Akumaji.
3.
I know of Sempe. Somebody.
It's
Okay.
okay.
Many. So there are many.
It's okay.
Yes.
A question. I heard my elder brother saying the constitution of our party does not stop him from doubling as regional chairman and minister of state. These 2 portfolios are very, very Herculean. So I want you to assure this committee, how are you going to divide yourself to make sure you discharge your duty effectively and efficiently? Can you share with us how you're going to do this?
I just told you that I'm graduating from a regional chairman to a regional minister, if you approve me, if this committee will approve me. So it's just about the continuation of what we have been doing already. And I have very competent people I've been working with at the regional office. They are still there. Yeah, it's a SOA. They are there, very competent men. And I think together, for the 1 year that is left with me, we'll be able to hold the fort until maybe I leave that position.
Means that you hold both?
Yes, I have told you that.
Honorable Ashitey, I am concerned about security in the Greater Accra region, especially when it will appear that the legacy of your chairmanship has been that of insecurity. As we speak, Greater Accra MPP is in turmoil. There have been demonstrations, protests.
Honorable member, can you please ask your question? These are judgmental issues. You are judging.
No. These are
go direct.
I can read. There was
What
a press
you
conference.
read may not be the fact. That's why I want you to just ask your question, please.
Yes, so if I will be allowed, Chairman. You are going to be chairman of RegSec. You are supposed to maintain security in the region. Looking at what you have superintended in the New Patriotic Party as regional chairman, can we have the assurance that you will ensure as chairman of RegSec that the peace and stability of Greater Accra region will be guaranteed?
Accra region of MPP has been one of the most peaceful regions that one can think of. Luckily, I'm going to have professionals at the regional level. They will give me a lot of advice, and we'll be improving on the very good one that we have already.
My second question, you say that the Accra NPP is very peaceful and everything is okay. That's fine. My second question has to do with the seeming inadequacy so far as safety on the N1 highway is concerned. You've talked about how you support the sanitation effort. But on the N1 highway, my honorable brother Patrick Boama has been concerned. That highway goes through at least 7 constituencies in the Greater Accra region. We are told that there is need for footbridges. We need disability crossing and all of that. How do you intend to support the sector minister to enhance safety on the N1 highway?
I will give him every support that I can, I will lay hands on, because we are all concerned about the numerous deaths that take place on that road. And all of us, it should be our wish that whatever we have to do to prevent those deaths must be done. If it is footbridges, let's construct as many as we can to stop that.
A matter that all of us who live in Greater Accra region are very worried and concerned about. This vexed issue of a garmanche. How do you intend to assist relevant authorities so that we can have one recognized garmanche in the Greater Accra region?
Yes, we have got the chieftaincy institution. We have the Greater Accra Regional House of Chiefs. We have got the National House of Chiefs. We have our courts. I think they know, and the elders of the Ghana states are aware where and who should be the garmanche. We should give them the opportunity to come out and let us know who is the real garmanche. I, as a regional minister, will be assisting them so that we can think together and see our way through. But I will also work with the security agencies to make sure that there is law and order in Greater Accra.
A minister designate. I was tempted to say chairman.
Thank you.
It's a follow-up to an earlier answer you gave about the volumes of waste generated in Greater Accra. Excuse me. You said 3,000. And 2,500 are collected and 500 is left. Now, would you support an initiative to separate waste at its source into its various components, organic, plastic, paper, metals, at its source, so that it would reduce the amount of waste which ends up in the landfills or the volumes which are generated? Because if we're able to do that, we can even promote recycling, it will create jobs. Because Greater Accra is cholera endemic. Every time there's a cholera epidemic. Oh, that's a statement of fact. Every time there's a cholera epidemic, many of the areas along the coast and in Greater Accra suffer from the cholera epidemic. My constituency is one of the endemic areas, parts of it. So would you support any initiative that would separate waste at source to reduce the amount of waste which ends up to be collected and ends up in our landfill sites?
Yes, I will do that.
Also adds to the insecurity in the region. What would you do to ensure that these young men also find gainful employment and reduce the menace of land guards in the region?
You see, people are just taking advantage of these young men because they don't have jobs. That is why I'm so happy with the one district, one factory issue. When we are able to give these people gainful employment, I think we'll be able to reduce this land guard menace.
One factory, one district to provide employment for land guards. Is that your assurance to this committee?
What I'm saying is that if we are able to provide them with gainful employment, they will try to run away from this, because, well, to be a land guard, when they give you the name land guard, it's not a good thing. People even don't want to see you in the family. So people will like to have very decent job so that they can leave this land guard business.
Now, I just need an assurance. So can land guards be assured that under one factory, one district, they are guaranteed employment?
Many of them are guaranteed employment. Many. What it is that some thieves will never like to go away from stealing. So you can work with some to change.
Thank you. You also alluded to the issue of flooding in the metropolis. And my constituency also happens to be one of the flood-prone areas. A few years ago, we heard about the Conti project, which was going to build storm drains and deal with the flooding in Greater Accra once and for all. What would you do to revive that project or to institute other measures to ensure that we can improve the flow of floodwaters in the region so that the people of Glefe, Otojo, Begbeise, Shiabu would sleep peacefully when it rains? And Glefe, and Anyaso, and Mataeko.
I heard of the Conti project some few days ago. I don't know the details. So when I get to office, they will brief me more, and from there, I will take it from there.
Minister designate for Greater Accra, on behalf of the members of Parliament in Greater Accra, we congratulate you. Mr. Chairman, increasingly, congestion is becoming a problem in Greater Accra, more especially commuting from Tema, that's on the motorway, and the Sakumo. Can you, by the grace of God, when you are approved by this August committee, liaise with the necessary ministries to possibly construct a road on the Sakumono to ease traffic? And also, land acquisition in Accra at the moment is a major problem. And thankfully, I see almost all our chiefs behind you, which is a good sign. You can work with them and the Lands Commission to ensure that land acquisition becomes facilitating it becomes very easy for us in Accra. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
Yes, like I said earlier on, I am ready to work with the chiefs in Greater Accra so that we can bring peace and then give some freedom and then access to our people. On the transportation issue, I will liaise with other ministries like roads and highways. And I've just been briefed that the Nana Akufo-Addo's government is thinking of expanding our railway system.
Will you say President Nana Akufo-Addo?
President Nana Akufo-Addo is thinking of expanding our railway system. So that will also be able to take part of this in traffic in town. So, well, we'll work together and we'll continue. Governance will continue and we'll continue to improve the life of our people.
Chairman and Minister nominee. Under President Kufuor, he created Adenta out of Ashaman. President Mills continued with Lejokuku and Krowo. We also had Nkwantanan-La and other municipalities. Would you support His Excellency the President and the Minister for Local Government to create a new municipality for the Okankwe district, Ablekuma district, and Gan West. I'm asking you this because if you go to some of these places that I've mentioned, out of the creation of the municipalities, they've seen a faster or quicker development in those areas. And it has eased the pressure on some of their members of parliament and the leadership out there.
Whatever we have to do as a people or government to bring development to our people, we have to do it. But we must do it very well so that we don't divide the country into too many smaller places. But if that is feasible and that is going to assist us to achieve a better development, I will assist anybody who wants to do that.
A swell of Greater Accra solidarity for the regional chairman of the new patriotic party. And that chairman, you will be accommodating enough to allow one or two friends to wish him well, or else he will undermine them in their constituencies.
You're out of order. Honorable Ranking Member, you're out of order. I've given enough space there. It's the only region where I've allowed non-members to ask questions. All right. So, Honorable Muntaka, it's your turn now.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, you can see that I've been dislodged. But I believe that I'll still have the opportunity to ask the questions. Now, you've been a regional chairman for the New Patriotic Party for some time now. And rationally, being a regional chairman, your body, your soul, your action and inaction will all be about NPP. Now that you are going to be the regional minister, what assurance are you giving this committee that you'll be working with all members of parliament from the region without the bias of the MPP-ship in you?
Many of you are new, but when I was a member of parliament, I think you were there by then. Most of my friends are from the NDC. I will always want to win an election, so my opponents or my opponents should be my friends so that I can win them to my side. So I'm going to work with everybody, the NDC, the CPP, everybody, so that I can get many of them to see the good work we are doing in the MPP so that they come and join us.
Are you serving the Honorable Muntaka notice that Asawasi from today is unsafe?
I don't belong to the Ashitey region, so I don't know what is happening there. I don't know the political thing that is happening.
Mr. Chairman, earlier, but I just wanted to get reassurance about the MPs and their common fund. By the statement you've just made, can we get the assurance that no NDC MP will be having challenges with his common fund, with whether DC or MCA, without you making conscious effort to ensure that the MP is able to disburse his funds without any hindrance?
I wouldn't allow that. In my capacity as a regional chairman, if the MP is entitled for that money, it must be given to him. I have faced that before, and I know how unpalatable it was. So I wouldn't allow any other MP to go through that. I wouldn't.
The earlier question about the lagoon in Tema, he gave assurance that he was going to work very closely with our colleague to get that resolved. I'm interested in knowing how he's going to do this. Is he going to stop Tema Oil Refinery from pouring their waste? What is he going to do? Is he going to be sweeping the drains? Or what is he going to do?
No. This started, I said, it started long ago. And the people came, foreigners came down, they carry out some research work, and it came out that their wastewater can be treated. What is happening today is that the raw waste from their tank is pumped into the lagoon. And we believe that if that is treated, we'll be able to take the oil out of it. And even that time we were told that they could even make some money out of that. But I think they were looking at the capital that they're going to spend in putting up the processing plant. And therefore, they find it very easy to discharge the raw waste into the lagoon. Then we should be looking at a way of advising government to put up all of them, including Labour Brothers and others, that they should treat their waste before discharging the wastewater into the lagoon. Doing so, that the chemicals that are destroying the lagoon will not be there again.
The development of soccer and boxing, what plans do you have for that?
For boxing, I think the NDC started. You have done very well. We are going to continue. We are going to continue from
NDC
there.
doesn't box.
Yeah, no, you put up that facility, which is a very good thing, and I think we should be bringing back these school football game competitions like this. We should be looking at it again, and I think that will revamp our football. This thing that's in Ghana, the whole Ghana, not only Greater Accra.
The president with one dam, one village.
You see, this thing, the one dam is mainly at the north, the northern region. we are planning to build landing beaches along the coast. I think that is more important to us.
Where do you intend to build the landing beaches?
One is at Teshi. Teshi should be the first place. Jamestown also need one.
Not
okay.
Mountford,
I'm talking of Accra.
I'm talking of Greater Accra.
Yes.
Will you do this liaison with the minister responsible for fisheries and the minister responsible for agriculture?
Yes, I will. You see, these landing beaches, the plans are already there. They did the plans long ago. I think what is left is capital for us to go in and then build them. So we'll raise and see. They say the MP is here, the touching MP.
The chairman, the Ningo Pram Pram area flowing through Adan holds a lot of promise for the development of the hospitality industry, taking advantage of the beachfront in that area. Do you have any plans for that area?
I will only assist the Minister for Tourism so that he or she looks at it, and then we put up more. I think that those beaches are very clean, and we can have very good recreational areas along that side. So I will liaise with the minister to see what can be done.
Chairman, I know that the nominee's primary concern was sanitation and fighting or reducing filth in Accra. I do know that the Greater Accra region is also notorious for traffic congestion. What plans do you have to reduce the growing traffic congestion in the Tema and Accra area?
Yes, one thing that you started, and I don't know where it is now also, is this rapid bus or transit system. I think it is one area that we should look at very quickly and see to reduce the traffic on our streets.
Oh, Chairman, did I hear the nominee say you don't know where it is? Will you find out?
I'm telling you the truth.